So multiplicity. I have to say it because on my way to the store where I got some chips, you see people and you want to say, "Yo, what's up, man?" You know what I mean? Because it would have been yesterday, but yesterday was President's Day, so today's Tuesday, but it feels like Monday. You know? It's a celebration, you know. Everybody that makes it through the weekend, Monday, your friends are still here. They didn't go home to their mommy and their bubby. You know what I mean? Shit, it's not you. I almost did it. I was like, oh, it's not you. You ever do that? And it has to happen. Like, if you're from a city as big as Pittsburgh, even though it's a small city, it's a small, big city. You know what I mean? You could confuse people. And I remembered, I was like, you know what? Let me give a detox to my guys to let them. I'm not chilling though. Seriously. When you move to a metropolitan city, and it happens to all of you, it happens to me. They don't know because they never been to the metropole, dog. They were there for like 1 second. They're the flash in the pans. We are. Pit Panthers. It's just a joke, though. No, but listen, though, we know what's up, dog. If you have people that brought you in, because not everybody's lucky to have somebody to bring you in. We don't think that's cool. Everybody wants to be the brunt rusher. You know what a brunt rusher is? It's a trailblazer in the mouth of a person who wants to come up with a word that sounds different than trailblazer, but it's the same thing. It's the same exact thing. A brunt rusher. You're rushing the brunt, you get hit with the brunt, you pretend like it doesn't hurt, but it definitely hurts. You just play it off. You wipe it away real quick so nobody sees. I told you, man. You should have let the trailblazer, dog. You want to be the brunt rusher. I'm the third guy in, dog. It didn't happen to me. Second guy felt it. I didn't even feel it. I got the laugh for 5 seconds and then put the straight face on real quick. Make sure if it's coming to me, I have 3 seconds to prepare for it before it hurts me the same. So multiplicity. If you have a friend, they're upperclassmen, they were there first. Your dreams are to make it there or make it nowhere on some New York or Philly or even Pittsburgh, because you think Pittsburgh and you're thinking Pittsburgh is not a New York to somebody. Ask those guys in South Dakota what Pittsburgh means to them. They'll say it means everything in the sky above. They'll say Pittsburgh is New York to us. There's no way we could get to Philly unless it's Pittsburgh first, because they're logistically trained. They know what's up. You need to be down with them. Don't come up here with me, dog. I'm a flash in the pan. I'm laughing today. I'm not going to be here tomorrow. I'm telling you, man. You better listen to them. This is all rubbish. This video is just for you to laugh and turn it off and go back to what they were telling you. But I was one of those guys, a little small town Pittsburgh guy. You know, and smaller than this, you wouldn't even imagine how small it gets down there. You would. You don't want to. I'm saving you the laughter. Somebody said, today, I'm going to let you come up here with me in New York City. We're going to see what's up. I'm all excited. Like, yeah, man. New York. That's what I was telling my boys and stuff. Where you going, man? See, I messed it up from the beginning. I told them. I should tell them when I come back. I told them before I left. Don't ever do that. Seems like a cool idea, but it's definitely the wrong. Don't. And I did it once. You don't have to do it like me. I'm going up. Oh, you're going up. Where? Slippery Rock? Cranberry? You're not going to Pittsburgh. Oh, I'm going higher than Pittsburgh, dog. I'm going to Philly and above. Oh, yeah, let's hear about it. Let's hear about it. Where are you going, nigga? Where are you going? We're not coming behind you, nigga. Where are you going? You are not going Philly and above. Oh, I'm going above and beyond. I'm never coming down. I'll sound like McConaughey before McConaughey, and that's impossible. You can't do that there. Nobody can do it. Only him, and after him, whoever is in the line with him, because he's going to turn around and see who's doing it like him, and it better be exactly like he wants to, or you're not going up there. I was trying to sound like him before. How the hell you going to do that? But I thought I could. And I did by the skin of my teeth, because the lucky people before me that made me lucky like them because they were lucky before me. So multiplicity is a theory that what if you're looking at somebody and you think you're looking at them and they're not really who you think that they are? Okay? It doesn't make sense to you when you're in Pittsburgh. But the flaw of all humanity is it should. We go to a movie theater for no reason at all. I'm sitting there making beats. Do 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 do. Dude, that's what my beats sounded like back in the day. I'm making beats in New York City. Hey, yo, why did you bring your beat machine? Never mind. It's what the person said that gave me my first platform. That wasn't the platform that I would have if I was better than this person. You know, you were a Boy Scout, weren't you? I'm making a beat. That's, anybody's gonna look at you like you're, you know, like why? You know, it doesn't have to be your sibling. It doesn't have to be somebody that graduated high school before you. You followed their trails to college. They graduated college before you. You follow their trails to intern. Okay. But they already got their job. That's as high as you're going to follow their trails. Anything else is going to be the heels to your face. Guy or female. A Timberland heel is the same thing as a high heel. It's a heel. It's not a toe. Yo, man. You want to come up in here in this IBM, son? It can't be Butchika Kid. It's no Butchika nothing. Right, dog? You're going to have to throw that away and sell it for something like that. You buy it again whenever you got the everything, and then that comes last, dog. You don't know that's the dip, dog. That's not the chip, kid. Why you bring the chip or the dip, dog? Bring the chip. I didn't know. So I brought the clothes, and it wasn't a lot. I brought a couple fundamental things. But my first flaw moving to a big major city, I don't care if it's a small town. A new beginning is a new beginning. In life, you only get a few new beginnings. You don't get too many new beginnings, though. There's only a few new beginnings. And then you have to rough it to get that new beginning. And you can get as many new beginnings as you can rough it. But what does your chemical makeup say about the new beginnings that you're going to get in the future? You don't got that T1000 in you, that antimatter, that Wolverine. I don't know how many new beginnings you're going to get on your own brunt. But on somebody else's brunt, dog, you're only going to get, at the most, 2 new beginnings. We're going to pause the session. Greetings and salutations, Chief Security Officer Don Corleone of American Muscle Security LLC, in conjunction with stackbooksfoundation LLC, in conjunction with Parent Group Confidential LLC.
to everybody's what is string operation before this operation get well USA, and I'm your host, Donnie the Guard. Badge number 115164647 bodyguard, whistleblower, watchdog, search party coordinator, means special police. I did say police. Do not disregard self-employed marine biologist. Means special police. Don't forget the special when you say police. I see no urgency, I feel no emergency. All cars are welcome right along. I am GUARD Guard. I'm servicing Shenley Plaza Drive in Forbes. It's Tuesday, February 11th, 4:56 p.m. Carnegie Public Library, Oakland. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. You're under arrest. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. Let's bring it back. Let's take it from the top. Tippy. Pat yourself on your head if you brought your cuffs to class today. Welcome to the Teach Out. This is the think tank. This is my practice Teach Out. This is me simulating what I would do as a teacher, teaching conflict resolution whenever I decide to do that. When I'm ready, when I have some people do it with me who want to be the brave new world. You want to be the brave new world? You want to call yourself brave? You got to sign up to be a member of my fellowship, which is a fraternity in the making, or just a union in the making. You got to want to be a firefighter. You got to want to be a medic. You got to want to be a mechanic. You got to be wanting something. You got to want to be something in general labor, but mostly a civil service job. But last but not least, you got to put up your right hand and you got to say it with me. All right? Read it, McFly. Read it. I can't help but to notice the correctional officer exam book. It looks pretty extensive in reading. Share it with me. I hereby pledge to speak sparingly, to act not to argue, to be an authority through personal presence. Pause. Hold on, let me take this out. I don't want my voice to be like decibels louder than I notice it myself. I hereby pledge to speak sparingly, to act not to argue, to be an authority through personal presence, to correct without nagging, to speak with the calm voice of certainty, to see everything, to know what is significant and what not to notice, to be neither insensitive to distress nor so distracted by pity as to miss what must elsewhere be seen, to do that which is neither unkind nor self-indulgent in its misplaced charity, never to obey the impulse, the tongue lash, that silent insolence which in times past could receive the lash, to be both firm and fair, to know I cannot be fair simply by being firm, nor firm simply by being fair, to support the reputation of associates and confront them without anger should they stand short of professional conduct, to reach for knowledge of the continuing mysteries of human motivation, and to think, always to think, to be dependable first to my charges and associates and thereafter to my duty as employee and citizen, to keep fit, to keep forever alert, to listen to what is meant as well as what is said, with words and with silences, to expect respect from my charges and my superiors, yet to never abuse one for the abuses from the other, for 8 hours each working day, that in my example, for 8 hours each working day, to be an example of the person that I could be at all times, to acquiesce a notice on this act, to cultivate patience under boredom, to never hesitate, to make a bulge every now and then, to make the ladies go wow when I kiss my bulge, and I make the guys sick to their stomach when I do that at the same time. Wait, that's not in there. Let me go back. To support the reputation of associates and confront them without anger, should they stand short of professional conduct, to reach for the knowledge of continuing mysteries, to make a bulge out of my arm every now and then and kiss it when I look in the crowd, and I make the ladies go wild when they see my bulge go up and down on my arm. Ladies, You're under arrest. Keep your eyes up here where I can see them. Not anywhere. And to make the guys sit to their stomach when I make a bicep muscle like this. Wait, that's not in there. We're gonna be back. I'm gonna pause and say shalom. I can't resist. We'll be back whenever we could say it straight and we don't make people become lemmings and go off the side of the wrong cliff because they think this is not what it's supposed to be and that it's a game. Okay, we'll be back when it's not a game. We're gonna pause and say shalom. So as you can see, I'm on BandLab, doing some pre-production right here. You know, when you're a college student, you don't have time to lug around a lot of equipment. Are you jealous? Are you envious? Are you mad? That's the subject matter on A.S.C.A.P. All right, I'm gonna write to this, so I'm not ignoring you. I got a lot of work to do, so you're welcome to stick around, but you're gonna have to pay me. Okay, so you notice there's no lyrics here. You don't see any lyrics? Are you jealous? Are you envious? Are you mad? Hold on a second. I'm gonna have to tune you out, man. I'm gonna have to put Bluetooth on because Bluetooth helps me focus when I write this, so I'm not ignoring you. I just have a lot of work to do. You're welcome to stick around. I don't care. You know, you're just gonna have to start paying rent at some point. You're gonna have to put food in the refrigerator. I'm gonna kick you off, man. You can't be sleeping on my couch and doing nothing, man. So I got so far. Yo. Hold on a second. Let me run this back. Yo. Yeah. Forensics Policia. Yo, this is Forensics Policia. Yo, this is Officer Cornelio. You didn't know I rap? What you think I don't got another life? Jealous people shouldn't try and be in the industry. Envious people shouldn't try and be in the industry. I know you mad cause you just a little mini me. I know you mad cause you just a little mini me. You just a rapper, I'm a cop and an MC. MC Lekis is my name and my game. It's forensic science, I'm a lab tech. I'm a BCIS Pittsburgh. When I graduate, I gotta test first. Too much homework, you do the dome work. Do your phone work? Do your phone work? Your man don't work. You do the dome work. I got too much homework. I got to test first. I'ma be CIS Pittsburgh. Oops, my bad. I meant CSI. I'ma be CSI Pittsburgh. I'm gonna let you get a sample real quick. She's gonna have to pay me. All right, that was enough. In order for you to get any more samples of my music, because my music is like hot like fire, you're gonna have to help me with some homework, because I love music. But music, like, you can be successful at music, but if you don't have a day job, it's not gonna help. So if you want to be my roommate, you want to be anything, you want to be in my fraternity or my fellowship or whatever we become, you're gonna have to buy my book. Okay, I got it on USB flash drives. It's called Think Like a Cop. You could definitely buy my music. You could do a lot, but you gotta help me. Listen, man, in real life, man, friends aren't just friends in the studio. They're friends in all aspects. So you know what? Just go on BandLab, go on Reverb, go on WalkingWithAPittsburghPainter.com, go on FreeMoreFemaleInmates.com, or whatever Prince Rao. Whenever you see that, look that up, and you'll see that up pretty soon. Okay, go on YouTube, go on American, and what is it called again? Anger Management TV. Go on Instagram, same thing, whatever. You figure it out, because I can't do everything for you. 412-609-2679, stackbooksfoundation@gmail.com. All right? Hotline Bling Telecommunications Zoom conference going on tonight. I can't tell you the time. I'm not going to go. I'm not going to wipe your ass all the time. I'm not. All right? Get out of here. I got homework to do. This is all about music. Bye.
Oh, never mind. This one is. Oh. Still waiting for the bus. That one's not headed my way. Okay. See what these guys are up to. Nothing much. How you doing today? Good. What's your name, officer? Woods. Woods. What? Bellis. Who's Bellis? I never met her before. What's that? I never met her before. Yeah, you know Bellis. I mean, I might, but you guys... He's a short guy. You guys have a bunch of different names. Yeah. What else do you do when you're not working? What do I do when I'm not working? Like, you guys have second jobs. You play for the Pirates? I wish. You wish? They probably pay well. Hell yeah. All right. Up to Bellis. All right, man. All right, good seeing you. Yep. I didn't know what your name was. I mean, I remember your face, but he said Bellis. Yeah, Bellis. Well, how do you prefer me to address you? However you want, brother. That's cool. You're a legend. You can address me however you want. Nah, man. I know you know how to scrap, dude. When you going to come to the gym and show me some moves? Dude, whenever. Which gym do you go to? I'm not a member yet. I'm thinking about, is this LA Fitness? LA Fitness down there. Yeah. I live out a different area. I ain't coming down here. I want something with the pool so I can practice my breaststroke. Smart, honestly. I don't know if they have a pool, but I hope they do for you. I was just doing it on the ground. Of course you were. I know. You know me. I'm a break dancer. You know what I'm saying? Why are you not trying to stay dry? I mean, I'm waiting on the bus. Oh, okay. Yeah, the 54 went that way, so I'm just waiting on the bus. I just wanted to see who you guys were, because anytime I see the chrome, I know it's somebody... Supreme clientele. I did. No, I did. I still have to go down to CCAC to take the test, but you know, I want to make sure I'm ready. Yeah. I don't want to pay all that money just to fail. Yeah, I think you're ready. So I'm still studying. If you think I'm ready, find somebody to take me in the gym so I could, you know, get some body behind me. Yeah. I'm just thinking maybe like parking enforcement or dispatch. And then if I'm good enough, work my way up to a forensics lab and like maybe your department, or if I don't make it, like, you know, you guys can refer me to like a different department outside of Pittsburgh. Yeah. Where they, you know, it's not as busy, because I'm pretty sure you guys got like the best guys in the business. So, yeah. Yeah, well, you know, that's all I'm thinking about. Maybe that, and then that's it. I'm 44, so I'm not. How old are you?
31.
Yeah, so, you know, I don't have the legs to chase people like that.
Fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might. I see you out here doing work.
Never, dude.
Out.
I just got to wait till they come to me, you know. I get an iPhone 12, all of a sudden everybody loves me, you know.
Classic.
What kind of iPhone you got this year?
Not the newest, the second newest. 15, I think. I think I'm 16.
So
15. I just got one last year.
Let me simulate an arrest so it can be mine. I'll keep it.
All right, man.
Then I'll give it back to you.
See you, dog.
Yes, sir. All right, man. Hey, you guys have a good one, man. Yep.
Let's see. Eleven nine three four 11934 Willowbrook Avenue. Oh, 90210. Nope, wrong avenue. Wrong avenue. First place. Place. I'm from Elmo's place. You from Melrose place. I'm from Elmo's place. I'm from Elmo's place. Elmo's place. And no face. No face. It's Melrose. What marathon you run? What marathon you ran? What marathon you ran? Marathon you run. Last place. Marathon you run. Me last place. Run. Me in last place. Last place. Me in last place. I ain't the last Boy Scout. 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 I'm the Black Bruce Willis. You know, I'm the Black Bruce Willis. Bruce Willis. Bruce Willis. Bruce Willis. I was on the blue line. I was on the blue line wearing any damn color. Wearing any damn colors. Wearing any damn colors. I was in El Segundo. I was in El Segundo. I was in El Segundo. You was yo, you I got it. I got it. Yo, check it. Yo, listen, 1193. Let me try this again. Willowbrook. Yo, salute to my, yo, check it out. 11-9, Willowbrook, 11-9-3-4. 11-9-3, all right, check it. 11934 Willowbrook Avenue, 90210. Nope, wrong avenue. You from Melrose Place. I'm from Elmo's Place. What marathon you run? Me in last place. I ain't the last Boy Scout. I'm the Black Bruce Willis. I was on Blue Line, wearing any damn colors. I was in El Segundo when you first started bidding. Cypress Hill to Englewood, LBC to Orange County. You a Nikki Beach fool. I'm a deep Opalaka, Alapata, any Pata, back to Little Havana. You ain't really bad about it. I'm a forensics officer, jack of all trades and a master of none. You are down by them, knave. You don't struggle for nada. You just give it up to live it up. You just a brother fucker, father fucker, trucker father, diamond nickel pimp, and your father eats red hot shit. And your mother's in jail, your sister's in hell, and everybody that you're related to is all on the corner saying pussy for sale. Or they all on the corner saying drugs for sale. Cause you're a brother fucker, father fucker, two-ball pimp, trucker father, diamond nickel pimp. I said your daddy's in hell and your mother's in jail. And everybody in your family saying nookie for sale. Yo. So as we continue on, we're going to talk about balance. And, you know, balance is the transfer of energy when you're talking about the law of physics to me. And it's important for one to have a good understanding of the law of physics and energy and how energy works, even when it comes to the most basic elements, which you're going to immediately know when you're dealing with the expert or when you're dealing with somebody who's not an expert. Energy is something that scares a lot of people, particularly people that have experienced in it going bad. Okay? So too much energy can cause a surge to be overpowered, and you have to, either change a fuse or you may have to actually change the whole entire fuse box. And it might be just the fuses, but it might be what's behind it. It might be in any room. You're dealing with a car instead of a house. It might be an explosion. Or the same thing, which could be caused by anything, faulty wires, or somebody, putting the wrong engine in the wrong car. Just that alone. Or wiring it wrong. Wiring it backwards. Yeah. Okay. But there's a great mystique when it comes to what many or what some would come to know when they deal on a more personal basis with, or when I deal, anyone, with someone who is in an industry or a line of work, whatever you want to call it, occupation, that we are considering, getting into. I used to hang out with a lot of stoners. I don't see anything wrong with weed. There is some things that it can inhibit, and there may be a good reason for some things to be inhibited, or inhibited. There's really no or. Inhibit. Okay. So there may be a good use for it, maybe not. Maybe for a season, maybe a little less of a season, maybe more of a season, whatever, maybe not at all. And this is for any drug, but not even just drugs, just things. I also hung out with a lot of musicians. I hung out with a lot of athletes when it comes to the sport that you find yourself around if you're a guy like me. And that's basketball. You know, when I was young, you know, even though I didn't make the team, I never stopped hanging around basketball courts because in the summer, that's where the chicks were. You know, you hang around the basketball court, there's going to be some chicks there that are going to be waiting for the most athletic guy to pay attention to them, or the guy with the money that knows the most athletic guy because he either sponsors him or hangs out with him because guys of a feather flock together. Let's say you're not into chicks. Let's say you're an antisocial creature, and you realize that in order for you to smoke some bud, you're gonna have to buy your own shit because nobody's gonna buy it for you, let alone let you smoke their own shit. So, you know, you go there and you try and sell some CDs. Or let's say you're not somebody who sells CDs. You go and say, hey man, I cut hair, man. If you guys ever need a haircut, here's my card. The basketball court is where a lot of people, you know, approach people on a one-to-one basis because it's not a market that's saturated. It's not like, you know, you're going to go to the basketball court and anybody's going to turn you away. You're always welcome at a basketball court, whether it's the Rucker Park or whether it's Clark Park or any park, Morningside, Sunset Park. You're welcome to play at any park. Nobody's going to turn you away because you might have money and everybody has something to sell you at a park, or it's not a basketball park that I would even waste time going to. So you spend time with a lot of athletes. You're like me. You spend time with the musicians. You don't just do that. You spend a lot of time by yourself because you're on the move. You look and you're walking down the street. You listen to music. You're trying to remember the lyrics to your rhymes. You know what I mean? And then he's trying to figure out the mechanics. How do I go from in these headphones to conversing with this person when my clothes aren't the style? I don't smell good. I smell like I'd been taking a Greyhound bus from Missouri to Memphis to Tennessee to Atlanta to Texas, back to Africa, back to Memphis to the Delta again. I smell like the Bayou. And that's when I figured out, like, if I find a way to get cool clothes and smell good for long enough to make a few sales of CDs, I can work my way into an apartment. And I did that plenty of times, so it's not a problem, even now. I never had an apartment ever since I learned the mechanics of selling a product that wasn't illegal. Period. But even the guys that aren't me or aren't like me, they can relate to me. And the females too, in this way. Those of us who smoke weed, I don't smoke weed anymore, but used to, don't really spend a lot of time with people that go to the military, because people that go to the military or people that decide police academy are not like firefighters. Well, maybe firefighters, but not like paramedics. Firefighters, police officers, and the guys that go overseas to fight the Saddam Husseins and the Bin Ladens to keep our country safe. Hold on. Okay. You just stop hanging out with them. Nobody knows. They're like the ones that are really serious, because it's always two, right? It's the person who say, he thinks he's going to join the military. Hold on. That's not what's going to happen. He's going to try. And in less than a month, he's going to come back from boot camp. and he's going to be smoking or drinking with us, sitting at some apartment full of 10 guys, or some guys and some chicks, playing the PlayStation. A house full of 500 people, all trying to put our heads together and make one bop. That's what they're going to say. But then the other guy, like, yeah, you know what? Yeah. You know, that guy, man. The bullfrog. Who? Prince? No. Jimmy. Prince was always like that. Jimmy was a bullfrog, but I always knew that he'd go to the military. Prince, he's a rapper. I always knew he would be something like a cop, but I never knew that he would make it this long. But Jimmy, I could see him doing this shit. Who? The bullfrog. Jimmy was a bullfrog. So what I'm saying to you is this is not a real person. This is just an example of somebody that comes from a family that people could predict like that. Because even though I have military in my genetics as well, but people don't really know much about me when it comes to that part. But this isn't a story about me. This is a story about people like me. This is one of the 8 million stories of me. But it's the 8 million stories of my city. This is like a Bronx tale, but this is more like a Forbes tale. It's a mix. It's both. It's whatever I want it to be. I'm the creator. But what I want you to know is even though I'm the creator, you can hear something like this happen in any one of your friends' stories. When you sit down and you ask somebody who came back from boot camp successful, your insight of what it's like for somebody to be a graduate of boot camp, or what's known as boarding school. But when you come back from boot camp, whether you're a male or a female, you're not very talkative because you're thinking, because you just graduate. You graduated already. You're active. Whoa, pardon me. You're enlisted. Now you're in the military. You're listed. But you're not active duty. You're not actively doing what you will be doing. Or so it seems to those who may not know that you may not have been deployed. You might actually stay home, because this is geopolitics. And in order for America to have been exposed to what we're exposed when those terrorists from the other country flew a plane into our building, they had to get in. So with that knowledge, there has to be people on the lookout for people that would not only cause a threat from overseas, they would so dare to hurt us on our own territory. So we call this, like, whatever we call this. But the point of what I'm saying is, let's say that doesn't happen. Let's say you go and you do a tour. Do any of you out there know anybody who did a tour and came back and talked about it? They don't, because we live in America, and people pretty much have this thing set in their mind that whenever a man goes to work for 8 hours a day, or he does the military or a firefighter or anything, medic, whatever, when a man does put in that work, that's half the battle. I mean, to anybody, it is the battle. But to somebody who is not really concerned with the character of this man, they're just concerned with, is this the right man or not? Character or not? And he brings home the bacon. People are submissive, and not just in letting him run the show, but, or her run the show, but you don't really ask questions. There's not too many people that ask questions, ask a police officer what his day is like, what his life is like, what's it like to be a police officer, or in the military, or in the medical field, or a firefighter, or anything like that. So there's a lot of mystique. But that's just the general public. Because out of a pie chart, you have approximately like 20 to 30% people that were best friends with the person that enlisted and graduated, were best friends with the person that went active and came back alive, was their best friend, not just their boyfriend, but their husband, not just their husband or their boyfriend or their girlfriend or their wife, but their soulmate. See, there's some people in this world that you can actually keep a secret from. But there's some people in this world you couldn't do it if you tried. And these are the type of people that actually know that whoever told you you can't be a rapper and in the military or a police officer at the same time has to believe that your mama don't dance and your daddy don't rock and roll, when the only thing that matters is that while you're here on earth, you make sure that people remember you're here on earth, or you were here. And that's not by doing something stupid or dangerous to outdo what was dangerous or stupid done before. But that's to be good and be good at it, and stand for something, or you fall for nothing. Because police officers do have soul. And that doesn't mean they're perfect. It means they shake, rattle, and roll. And what you don't know about a cop or a pastor, or about the person who has the profession that you think only a certain amount of people have that profession, is the limit of the world that you know around you, that's looking at you like you're looking at the person that you think is a come up, when it doesn't have to be. But because of your ignorance, the whole world is against you. And by the time you snap out of it, Don Cornelio became the second black president. Do you believe that can happen? Because if you don't, you think color matters, and the only thing that does is money and the books that you'll never read. Reading rainbows.
Okay. Oh, you mean twin. So you mean, what if I start dating a chick and she has a twin? Yeah, man. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah. I do mean twin. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I guess both. He says both. Would you look at the guy? He says both. What do you say, Ferris? I don't know, Preston. I say he's fine. I say both. You know what we both say? Put your thumbs down. You can't come over anymore. Why? Get us some beer. When your two friends that are Bill S. Preston and Ferris Bueller start sounding like the two guys on G.I. Joe that talk and their words come out at the same time. And they're both the thumbs down. When in high school, this guy is the second string quarterback or the first string, God forbid you then. The second string lead back or the first string, God forbid you then. The lead drama club actor or the second string drama club actor, God forbid you then. Anything. The main characters in high school, when their personalities start to seem like they're going to be fraternity material. Anything material. This big man on campus, even if they don't go to college, the first guys to get a garage, the first guys with the tools, the gearheads. You didn't notice it in the beginning because you're a late swimmer. You didn't notice it. Everything is Tommy Pickles, Angelica, Chucky material. Until Chucky becomes, a gearhead for real. Chucky, what are you doing with that? What, this power drill? I'm building a motorcycle. Blank, blank. Oh my God. Did you say blank, blank? I did. Blank, blank. Aren't you going to get grounded for that? No. Nobody grounds me. I ground them. Blank, blank. You're like, holy cow, man. I'm thinking I'm going to get grounded just for being around a kid that uses a cuss word. It's profusely. Yeah, we're all doing it. Blank, blank. You're like a junior in high school, a senior. You don't even cuss. You don't even cuss. Does he even cuss? No. God. This is the rejected of the galaxy. You can get away with anything with this guy. Come here, guy. Go get my beer, blank, blank. You guys are drinking beer? Oh, my God. Next thing, you're going to grow hair in your chest. Aren't we going to go to hell? Whoever you just said is the guy behind me. I'm Benjamin Franklin. So where do I sit? You sit in the Rayo seat. Sit right there. Statistics 301. See, the Thomas Building is an excellent building. I don't say that in a reminiscing manner. This building still exists. This building, I'm going to tell you, not say to you, that your best phenomenal professors are going to be there. Only because of logistic reasons. Everything else is because of whatever they say. It's just the way it goes. Okay. Even here at Pitt, whatever classes, whatever buildings are closest to where everything is at, they're the best classes just because of location reasons. So anyhow, the Thomas Building is directly across, almost, from the Paul Robeson Building, which is the center of the campus I knew as Penn State University when I attended there after working there. The Paul Robeson Building. They call it the Hub for short. Just the Hub. The students call it the Hub. The faculty calls it the Paul Robeson Building, or just Paul Robeson. And we wonder why. We, as the student body, but the faculty, they know it as the Paul Robeson Building because once upon a prince, they knew a guy like Paul Robeson, and very well, depending on what school they attended, they might have come across Paul Robeson himself, the real one, in person, in the flesh. That's Native American. It means whole bodily. It means in the flesh. You might have been alive when Paul Robeson was alive, walking across some campus of a university that was predominantly white. Whatever decade that was. the 30s, the booming 20s, the 40s, the booming 50s, the 60s. Okay? After the 70s, it doesn't matter because all the thuggish, ruggish bones of the Afro-American males that were around the time, throwing the bows, dodging the fire hose, okay? Saying F you to the noose, ducking the goose, was alive that time. So we're talking Shaft, Sidney Poitier, all the black guys, you know, you're talking Donald Goines, you don't know who that guy is. You know, James Baldwin, you may know who that guy is. Jean-Michel Basquiat, the first important black guys in history who were the first celebrity black guys, okay? Because back then, there were activists, and it wasn't cool to be an activist. But it was respected amongst the black African-American community, but it wasn't cool, but it was respected from both sides, you know? You're white? I could get in trouble with my dad if I'm involved with this Huey P. Newton activist guy. If you're white. But if you're black, it's, oh shit, man, this is the guy that's gonna flip the script, man. He got balls enough to give it to the white man. I've been waiting to see this shit, man. Malcolm got smoked trying to do this shit. Martin, he was not trying to do this shit. He definitely respected the white man, but he got smoked because he shook Malcolm's hand one time and he got smoked. It sucks, man. Fuck, man. I miss that guy. You know, that's what people used to say back then. I'm not making a joke about it. This is a serious, serious matter. You know what I'm saying? This is Black History Month, nigga. It's serious. Chappelle would tell you, if he didn't tell you for 10 seasons, it's my turn. I'm gonna get my Chappelle on. I'm just trying to sell some fucking documentaries. Help me sell some documentaries, dude. I'll bring you up when I'm the next Chappelle. Whenever that happens. So, but then you have the celebrity guys, you know, because they're not trying to be like Jean-Michel Basquiat was not trying to be no activist. He wasn't an activist. He was definitely not. He was an artiste. Hey man, why are you black and you're an artist? It's peculiar. I'm not an artist. I'm an artiste. You're an artist. I'm an artiste. Oh yeah? What's your name? Basquiat. Your name's not Basquiat. It's Biscuit. It's Basquiat. And that's what they tried to do to Jean-Michel. He was a black man. He was Bohemian Rhapsody. They tried to tell him he was homeless. And believe it or not, he actually was homeless. He was homeless. But that's not what he was arguing. His debate was, just because he's homeless, that doesn't mean he's a drug addict, like the people that Frank Lucas was serving back in the day. Okay? He knew guys like Frank Lucas, but he didn't look up to them. He looked up to guys like Andy Warhol before Andy Warhol introduced himself to him. But there was other guys who could never be Andy Warhol. They didn't have his money. They didn't have his fame. They didn't have his sense of art. And they couldn't put him on, whether he was white, black, Puerto Rican, Asian. They couldn't put him on. So he snubbed them off. Okay? He made his art. He was homeless because he wanted to be homeless. You think in New York City. I don't know if he was born there or he moved there, but you move in with the wrong people, you're out faster than you're in. So he said, I'm going to move in with a place, but it's not just going to be with anybody. I'm going to wait for it. And then there it was. Andy Warhol said, what's up, my black nigger? No, I'm just kidding. He said, I just have to throw a Dave Chappelle joke in there. He said, what's up, my guy? Because, you know, Andy Warhol was, you know, to his white echelon, he was crazy. But they still accepted him because they had no choice. He was a smart guy, though. You can tell this nigga shit, though. I mean, I don't care. I'll do what I want to do. F you, F you, F you, F you, F you, and F you. And F you, too. Who's that in the back of the line? Is that anybody too important? He's not too important? Is he important to the fifth power? I don't care the third, just the fifth power. All right, well, then F him, too. That was Andy Warhol. And these guys still exist to this day. You just don't know until you know who they are. I know they're out there somewhere. The 2025 Andy Warhol definitely exists for sure. Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, New York, they exist. They come from great families, but they just want to be a rebel, dog. They want to be John Lennon, and they have the power to do so they can. Why the fuck do you want to stop them? They're going to help us, dog. They're our Frank Sinatra. We need them. They're kicking in the door. They don't like their kind. They don't like our kind. They don't like any kind. But if we're lucky, they might like us. we might get to be Sammy Davis for a day. And that's what, if you ask me, A.S.C.A.P was. He was the Sammy Davis of the art world. He was just, Warhol was Frank Sinatra of the art world, but not so boom, bang, pow in your face. He was just eating some crackers and cheese. Don't come too close. I didn't say 5/8 of an inch. I said 5/5 or 5/12, not 8. I'll punch you down real fast. And you know what I mean. Rich people, we think they can't scrap. Trust me, they can, dog. Or they wouldn't have all that money. I'll punch you down, you little guy. I just want to make sure. Did you have your tetanus shot this year? Are you sure? Let me see a receipt. If there's no receipt, you're not coming to the party, dog. I want to see a receipt. Does it say Nebula or does it say Pfizer? It better say Pfizer. It says Nebula, dog. You're not coming, dog. You have to wait. I want to see the P. Meanwhile, I'm in college, in my body, but I'm a freshman in high school, in the flesh. I'm black. It should not be that way. It should be the opposite. It should be a freshman in college, but graduated already in the flesh. I'm the guy that gives white guys an excuse to talk crap. Not right now, but back then. Trust me, definitely not right now. I got to go way big, dog. I had to go up to the New York and beyond. Come down with a furious venger, and you will know my name is the Lord attitude. So seriously. Both. So you're telling me, because they already experienced it, because they know, they just want to know, do we let this guy hang with us, or is he a goober for life? Because we're going up, dog. We're going to college. We're going to Pittsburgh. We're going to run that motherfucker. Is this guy going to hold us back, or is he going to make us the cheese in the mat? What do you think, dog? Goober man. This guy will never be anything. He's going to be in Butler forever. They came to Pittsburgh. I Mario jumped over them. I'm in New York, and they're still in Pittsburgh trying to get up. And they're wondering, I heard somebody's up above us. Ugh. You're not going to believe it, the Goober Man. And obviously, it's not man. It's boy. Goober boy, dog. Quail Man, son. Quail Man is up. Be me. He's in New York. No, he's not. Yeah, man. I'm telling you, dog. I saw on MySpace, dog. He's sending shit down. Cool shit? Like shit that we can smoke shit? No, dog. He's sending pictures and videos, dog. Like he's up there hanging with the big high-fivers. He's stepping with the stepper. He's crawling and he's not getting smashed to pieces. Okay? Oh, you mean twin? So you mean, what if I start dating a chick and she has a twin? Yeah, man. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Emilio Estevez, in a lot of movies, you know, he looked like a kid that you can trust. But in a lot of movies, he challenged the quo by playing the bad guy roles. He was a bad kid on purpose. Like a lot of them. They're like, you know what? Let me just do the bad guy roles. I don't want to just do the guy Crybaby in Grease Lightning or Travolta in Grease Lightning. I want to take it beyond that. I want to do the Kiefer Sutherland roles. So there is a movie called Breakfast Club. That type of thing, right? So Breakfast Club. What is Breakfast Club about? It was a movie about some high school students who were in detention every single day. And Emilio Estevez was supposed to be like the ringleader of all trouble that never hung out with anybody, but bad kids followed his role, and they just, his example, and just whatever he did, they were right behind him just to see him outdo himself this time. But they were always in detention. So the guy would come in and just see if they're just being quiet and doing their homework, and he'd leave. The principal guy, the guy that looks like Mr. Skinner, the not cartoon version. The other guy who's like, you know, from 16 Candles, same character, different movie. Molly Ringwald, same character, different movie. You know, she didn't even want to be in there. He was just like all googly, couldn't take his eyes off her. But Emilio Estevez was the bad guy role, the guy that would sit in the chair between him and her, and he wouldn't even look at her, because he knew in a heartbeat if he wanted her, he could get her. But he would face him and just say stuff like, you know, just to tee him off, because, you know, he knew that she didn't even realize who he was. But if she did, he would be competition with him, because it's not that he got nothing to lose. Estevez had nothing to lose. You know? He had everything to gain. Good family, nice clothes, not dumb but not smart, but a dweeb, a geek, like the white guy in the movie Goonies. Regular guy, but he doesn't have the car. So the guy that was making fun of the other guy, who, you know, all he has to do is just keep hitting the gym, keep pumping irons, and keep ignoring. He can go from the guy that's maybe third string to second string to maybe in college being the popular guy, and the guy with the convertible, he's not even going to be there. He doesn't need college. And if he does actually make it to college, he's going to be doing the same thing. Riding around his convertible. All the females are going to finally get to know that he's not worth it. And they're going to be like, holy cow, man. Remember the guy that was kind of average? Yo, he's a hunk now. Anga, danga, juga, booga. But that's not the point. Let's go back to Home Alone. Let's go back to Home Alone. Okay? Psychology, man. It's a savior. But so is common sense. A lot of movies you see is not too much different from, what's the movie called? The Good Son. The movie The Good Son. Macaulay. He's the bad kid this time. The good kid is the brown-haired good kid. He's adopted. Macaulay is the natural-born son. But he has really psychotic problems. And not only that, he's a killer. Okay? He has killer tendencies up until the point I think he actually kills the dad. I don't remember the movie specifically, but in real life, this actually does happen. He actually does kill the dad. Okay? The mom's trying to figure out, like, holy crap. The dad was trying to warn me the whole time that the one boy was trying to tell him something, but he didn't hear him clearly, and then the dad dies. You know, this could totally happen the other way. This actually does sometimes. A son kills a mom or a son kills a dad. They usually kill the dad because of what's known as Aeps Rex syndrome, which is boys who feel that the guy that their mother marries or dates after they divorce their dad or their dad dies, they feel like they're not paying attention to them anymore. So this is a psychological disease. It's called the Oedipus Rex syndrome. Believe it or not, this same syndrome affects daughters or little girls. It's literally called the Oedipus Rex syndrome. But the people who aren't in the medical field, the clinical world, law enforcement, laymen's, whether young, high school, college, whatever, or grown, but not in these professions, right? You know what they call it? Daddy drama. Daddy drama. Daddy drama. Or daddy issues or whatever. Same thing. If you're a boy or a young man in college, they totally call it mommy issues. Mama's boy means this guy is Oedipus Rex. Daddy's girl means she's Oedipus Rex. You know what Oedipus means? It's Old Latin. It means special ed. Special ed means you need special attention. You need help weaning off the umbilical cord relationship that you have with your mom. If you're a boy, believe it or not, if you're a girl, there's chicks that are mama's girls. There's nothing wrong with this. There's boys that are daddy's boys. So the Latin compound word Oedipus Rex just means rage. Whenever that attention is never met. Rex means rage, like Tyrannosaurus Rex, rage. Oedipus Rex, rage expressed from somebody who has a bonding deficit, like they're attachment issues. Okay. But all of this can be dealt with in a way that it doesn't cause a person to have, permanent emotional scars. But the point of what I'm saying is statistics. When parents select a babysitter, mostly they feel comfortable, obviously, with somebody that's not their own siblings. Or not their siblings, but the kids' siblings, right? I think it would be good if we get a babysitter, somebody to watch, so this doesn't rob the person time, so they could go out and adjust to the world before they're in college, and they're out there and they don't know. We should let them go, give them a little bit more freedom. We can't afford a babysitter, but who do you say? Well, there's that one girl or whatever that might be trustable with baby. So people usually trust people in their own church that they've known forever. Whatever. The point of what I'm saying is, you watch court TV. You read the newspaper. You check the consensus. You get the word up. You get the real numbers. Every single. This is the uncomfortable truth. And this is why when I'm talking to people, I don't take anybody serious that's not giving me real numbers. Because people are really subjective. You're like you're leaning towards something. You're either Democrat or you're Republican. I'm none of the above. I might vote Democrat. I'm writing them out. I'm conservative, fool. What are you talking about? You show partiality to hillbillies. You show partiality to bikers. It could never be a biker. Never? No, it's never. What if it is? No, I don't want to talk about what if it is. It's not a biker. And some people will say that, not if there's a crime that exists, just if somebody's trying to say, who do you think we should hire? We're short-staffed at Pamela's Diner. We need a busboy. What if the person is going to steal the petty cash? Who do you think is more apt to steal cash whenever we hire somebody? Do you think this guy or that guy? Because whoever we vote would not do it is hired. What if the biker's a thief? No, bikers don't steal. You know why somebody's saying that? Because there's a biker gang in town, and they're either a member of the biker gang, or they're a friend of the biker gang, or somebody in their family is that, and it can't be a biker. Because if you're a biker in that town, you're either a part of the biker gang, or you're just not affiliated with anything. So it's either short or to the middle. It's never right. It's never orthodox, or it's orthodox and never unorthodox. So no. Because the last thing I want you to do is make bikers in this town seem like they can't be trusted, because I'm an advocate for all bikers, even bikers I don't know. Even the person that just killed somebody this morning, I don't know that, but I'm a biker's advocate. I'm a diehard biker's advocate. Good for you, man. Good for you. They're not hired. Because I am aware of too many things. I'm a biker myself, but I don't care what you mean. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. So why am I saying this? Because of genetics. Genetics what? There's only so many probabilities when it comes to the profile of a person's face. The silhouette, the profile of a person's face. Your head is a human's head. It will never ever look like a rhinoceros's head. When I'm wondering, I get dispatched for argument's sake, because I'm a forensics officer. I'll never get dispatched. I'm just an in-house person forever. That's what it is. So the person be on the lookout for a suspicious person running away from Atwood and Forbes who took somebody's purse. They're white. They're a woman, and their head is shaped like a rhinoceros face. Say that again. Their head is shaped like a rhinoceros face. I think you got the wrong number. Click. What do you mean I got the wrong number? I'm dispatching you. You're not dispatching me, you rhinoceros face. There is crucial information that should be conveyed to the eyewitness prior to viewing the lineup. It is necessary to inform the eyewitness that it is possible the perpetrator is not present in the lineup at all. Why do we use the word perpetrator so much? Could not be in the lineup at all, because they could have the ability to evade the law. Even if their passion for evading the law is not of the level of the allure of anybody, usual suspect or not, of evading the law. Even if they're not black. Even if they're not a celebrity. Even if they're not an athlete. Even if they're not a POI, person of interest. They still could have done it. All the while evading the law. And all of a sudden, somebody gets slapped to the right. But at the same time, they hit him from the left. Why was I using that analogy before? Because that's the theory behind stuff like the magical bullet when JFK got shot. For years, they were trying to find a second shooter. You know why? Because they weren't content that they found the actual killer, and it was Lee Harvey Oswald, quote-unquote Waldo. Where's Waldo? He's right here. It's in your face, is what forensics officers said back then. Why didn't they want to accept it? Because he was white. The same reason they didn't want to accept Jeffrey Dahmer killed so many people until they started finding victims that were white and not just black. You're like, why does this have to be a black thing? You want me to give you another one? Why wasn't Charlie Manson found guilty? because so many of his victims were women, and people didn't care about women more than they did black people until they started finding some of Charlie Manson's victims who were men. That's when they cared. They didn't care that Charlie Manson was killing so many women. When they started finding out that there were men, and the men were important men, that's when they started caring. And not just Charlie Manson, but many killers like that, until men that were black, Puerto Rican, Asian, Latino, of any descent, and women of any gender, any race or religion, started being looked at and treated as equals of certain white people of certain descent that were distinguished gentlemen. Women were treated like less than cattle, and so was any man, unless he was not just white, but powerful, but rich, and of certain descent. Not just any descent. That's why. Or just ask any one of your professors at a criminology professor, and they'll say the same thing regardless of what color they are, because they have to, they get paid to. And a lot of them don't mind admitting the truth. Or you're taking a class that's bootleg as hell, or you just made it up and you don't even go to the shit. Why did I say that? For argument's sake? Because when you make a 911 call, trust me, I make them all the time because I know I do, whatever. I'm a whistleblower, I do what I want, I whistleblow whenever I'm a preventer of crime. This is how you prevent crime. I do it on a dime. So, what did the person look like? Their face was shaped like a rhinoceros. Somebody's gonna think you're high or on drugs, and it's not credible. Even if you're saying something that actually happened, you have to say it like a person who's not inebriated or intoxicated. Or when they're typing the keys, they're gonna say, when you go to the witness, they could be inebriated or drunk. They're gonna type that in the computer. Every single day in America, a little kid gets kidnapped by a bigger kid that's not totally big. But not totally little either, son. 18. 19 is a teenager. 17 is a teenager. But in most states, except Confederate, son, it's not lawful, son. Depending where you live by the Masons Dixie line, plantation Willie Lynch, plantation owner, son. We're talking about in the modern days, not whenever black little girls were being raped and molested by 30, 40, 50-year-old white men who also encouraged black men to molest people that were slaves picking cotton, son. Starting from the time when they were thrown on the Mayflower and molested all the way to America, son, and turn around and try and acting like they're Christian when you're burning crosses. And if you really observe the cross, why are you burning crosses, son? That's when you have to realize everything ain't what it seems. Because some people can, out of their bold face, say that they're a Christian, and they'll go to church during the day. They'll wear a cross around their neck. At night, they'll take it off and step on it. They'll wipe their butt with it, flush it down the toilet. Them and their sons will nail together a big old cross, pour gasoline on it, and light it on fire in front of a black person's house when they drag the man out, tear his clothes off, and hang him from a tree in front of their little sons and daughters. Get the little black girl in there, rape them in front of their whole family. This doesn't happen back in the 60s. This literally happened today. And you can't prove it because the only place you go to in the South is Miami. I didn't see you in Daytona today. I didn't see you in Mississippi. I didn't see you in Missouri. I didn't see you anywhere near Tennessee.
Hey, man. Throw something at me again. Throw something at me again. Throw something at me again. Did you throw something at me? 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 Did you throw something at me?
Stop recording me.
I already called for backup.
I don't give a fuck what you did.
Well, throw something at me again. Throw it at me again. Throw it at me again.
Go ahead, bro.
Throw it at me again.
Go ahead, bro.
Throw it at me again. If you throw it at me again, you're going to jail.